Welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of Extra Time with We United, the only podcast dedicated to amplifying the voices of women in sports in Nepal. In this podcast, we explore the benefit of sports, talk about the challenges and strategies to overcome them. Through these conversations, we aim to inspire, empower, and open doors for the next generation of girls. And today, we have Abhilasha Bista. Avilasha is the first and only WTA professional tennis player from Nepal, currently ranked number 1 in Nepal in women's single, women's double, and mixed doubles. Avilasha is a champion in every age group in Nepal and has proudly represented Nepal at the Billie Jean King Cup in 2023 and 24. Avilasha is also the first and only player to win all 4 golds in all 4 events in the 9th National Games held in Pokhara in 2022. Avilasha is a true force and an inspiration both on and off the court, redefining the future of sports in Nepal. Hi Avilasha, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Extra Time with We United.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh my God, I have so many questions, but let's start with how you got into tennis when you were little, 7 years old, ma.
Yeah, I started playing when I was 7 years old. I started through school. I studied in St. Xavier School, Avilasha. So my brother also studied there, and he's 6 years older to me. So he started. So in St. Xavier's we had it's called Parents Council Games. So we had football and tennis every Saturdays and Sundays. So
they have their own court.
Yeah,
in the school.
Before they used to have it in the basketball court, like net laera, we used to play over there.
But then badminton खेल्ने जस्तै गरेर.
Yeah, but then now they have a clay court. They have one clay court. So त्यो बेला चाहिँ my brother used to play, and he started out through school. So when I was in grade 1, actually my dad wanted me to start when I was in grade 1. But I was like, so it used to be every Saturday, Sunday. So my dad used to be like, every Monday, I was very excited. Saturday, Sunday खेल्न जाने when I was in grade 1. म जाने भनेर. तर फ्राइडे बेलुका भए चाहिँ अलि होइन सुत्नुपर्छ भनेर, अनि स्याटरडे बिहान भए चाहिँ मामुसँग ओढ्नी ओढेर सुत्ने. सो त्यस्तो हुँदाहुँदै मेरो 1 वर्ष जाने भन्दा गयो. बट देन दादा खेल्ने बेला चाहिँ I used to go there, watch everyone play. And it was not only my brother but different players from the school itself.
Dada कति grade मा हुनुहुन्थ्यो?
So he was grade 7. So when I was in grade 1, he was grade 7.
Okay.
And so he started very late actually. अनि त्यो बेला चाहिँ विभूति कार्की भन्ने, she was also Nepal number 1. She stopped playing right now. So I used to watch her play a lot, and she was she's I think 3-4 years older to me. But then when I started playing more tournaments when I was small, she was Nepal number 1 त्यो बेला. So when I started grade 2 ma, I started playing in St. Xavier's Saturday, Sunday every day in the morning, and then I used to play with the coaches, and also I used to play with Vibhuti Karki, with my brother, and there was one more guy, Pranav Khanal. He still plays tennis. He's still playing the men's in Nepal. It's me and him who won the mixed doubles in the national games. So it was, for me, it was mostly watching Vibhuti Karki as like a role model when I was very small, and from there I was very interested in playing tennis. त्यसपछि बिस्तारै I started from Saturday, Sundays. I started playing in Saddo Bato. I started playing few matches over there, and then the first match I ever played was in under 8. I played, I think, the top seed of under 8, and I played. I didn't even know what the result was. Yeah. But then I just enjoyed playing. From there, I slowly started playing tennis. And when I was grade 4, 5, then 5, 6, I started playing more internationally as well. So I would say from school it all started. Yeah.
And when you started playing, were you like good? Naiki, when you started practicing and with the coach, some people are like naturally really good with balls and hitting and the strokes.
Yeah, I think I was a very energetic kid, so every point basi you're a full court ghumde, like just having fun. So I think from a very young age I was mentally also very strong, like because my mom is very motivating, very positive. So I think from there it comes a little bit in me. And so like when I was very young, I started playing under 8, under 9, under 10 tournaments. I started winning few matches, which made me more confident and which made me enjoy the sport more. Plus, I used to play in the academies in Sadawato. And that's when you have a lot of players of your own age, you enjoy a lot, and then you play competitions. And from a very young age, I started winning a lot of matches. So winning, I was number 1 in under 9, under 10. So from there, I think, I started improving from there.
Yeah, and what age did you decide to go professional?
Actually, I started playing juniors when I was 15, 16. So they call it ITF juniors.
Yeah.
And you play under 14, which is in Asia. So I was Asia number 14 when I was under 14. When I started transitioning to the juniors, under 18, I started traveling a lot in Africa, in Asia, everywhere. I started playing a lot of tournaments. So from there, I was under 18 I was ranked 482, which is the highest till now for the Nepali players. But yeah, there are a lot of junior players who are still doing really well. So I hope they do well as well.
Yeah.
Tara ma 482 pugeपछि, so when I was 16, I was 482 in the world. I won a lot of doubles tournaments. I reached a lot of singles finals in Nepal as well, in Pakistan, in these ITF junior tournaments. This is the one where you compete against the world.
Yeah, so, and that's the highest still. The record hasn't been broken yet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
impressive.
When I was 16, I was 482. But then COVID happened, and then 2 years it was all shut down. I could not play any juniors. And actually the 2 years there gave me some time to, actually think about what I want to do in the future and how I can take studies as well. And I can also go professionally.
Yeah.
So that was a time when I actually sat down and talked to my parents, and then we really talked about like where I can go with the skills that I have, what I can improve. So after COVID, we started playing a lot of tournaments. So I started playing a lot in the Indian circuits in India, because Nepal there are not a lot of matches, there are not a lot of tournaments that I can actually practice and be better, and have the experience. So Indian circuits ma pugeपछि, you see a lot of players like how good they are and how much I need to improve. So there was not a lot of pressure during the Indian circuits, because I'm there to experiment and then there to experience.
That's a plus point, right? Because you didn't feel that pressure of learning.
It's just getting more experience in and then just improving day by day. So from there, when I started the Indian circuits, and then from there I was I can go professional, and I know I can work hard because I'm a very motivated, very disciplined person. So I know I could do it, and even my parents believed in me. So from there we started going more professionally and playing more ITF women's tournaments and WTA tournaments. And from there I started getting more points, more rankings. When you start winning few tournaments, you already have that motivation, like, okay, if I can do this, I can do more. And then from there I started playing more WTA tournaments, and I got my professional rankings.
That's impressive. I mean, so from 7 years old till 16, when you hit that break point when there was COVID. So at what age say अझ पनि बढी, like few times a week खेल्न start गरेको? Because 7, 8 मात्र you just played twice a week मात्र. But when did you start अलि regularly play गर्ने, अनि what was that duration?
So I started when I was 10 years old. Like I think every day. So I used to do school in the morning. So from our school used to start 8:30 to 3:30. After 3:30, गाडी में लुगा फेर्यो, खाना खायो छिटो, then go to Sadawato, play tennis for 1-2 hours, and then I did my fitness over there with my coaches, and then come back home, study, and then sleep, and then do the same thing the next day. So from when I was 10, I started doing that a lot. Plus, I think the thing that motivated me a lot was So I started winning more tournaments, and then we used to take all the players from my school. We used to take our medals to school to show it to them, like we're doing this much for our school because we're representing our school as well. And that assembly ma, they used to show off, give the medals to us, and then I was like a pretty famous person in school.
Right.
So from there, it was also motivating that. To other players as well, my junior players as well, they were also motivated, and then we all were and then school supported me a lot, like St. Xavier supported me a lot because I was also really good at studies. So even for holidays when I had to go for tournaments, they used to give me leave because I was good in studies, like Thailand or my tournaments I had really good friends and they used to send me homeworks every single day. They used to send me notes.
So nice.
And like everyone used to be on their phones or like having fun. I used to finish my work because I knew like studies is important as well. And for me to get more holidays like this, get more be able to travel more, I need to keep my studies as a priority as well. So school ma jada pani, the teachers used to be very happy with my performance because अब कोही school mai बस्दा पनि homework नगरिकन आउँथ्यो, but then म बाहिर हुँदा पनि homework गरेर आउने मान्छे भएर like त्यहाँबाट पनि school supported me a lot, so that motivated me to play more every single day.
It was like a cycle because you were putting your hard work and तिम्रो आफ्नो साइडबाट तिमीले hard work गरिरहेको थियौ, effortsहरु लगाइरहेको थियौ, and seeing that also probably motivated your teachers, your friends, even your parents to support you and how to create that environment for you. अब तिमीले पनि तिम्रो साइडबाट नगरेको भएदेखि चाहिँ maybe they wouldn't have done it either, right? So it's like it worked both ways for you. At 16 you said you went to India, or 18?
18. It was after COVID.
After COVID, so a couple of years.
Yeah, 18, 19. So when we were here during COVID time, we had an American coach. He was also stuck here because of the COVID. So we used to do online fitness, like we used to have online mental sessions with the whole team. And from there, and then we used to also play when the courts were open. So COVID went away like that, like how 2 years it just went away like that. But then after COVID, when I was 18, 19, I started playing, I think for a year, I played Indian circuits. And from there, after that, when I got into the played my first professional tournament in Burundi in Africa. That's where I got my first entry in.
Oh wow.
So from there, the first time I got my ITF ranking. So it's like first they have ITF women's ranking, then it's the professional WTA ranking.
Right.
So ITF women ranking helps you to get into few tournaments. So the whole year around I played a lot of ITF women's tournaments, like $15,000 tournaments and also $25,000 tournaments. And I started getting more ranking. When I was 200 ITF ranked. I started getting into big tournaments like the 25Ks, 40Ks, and then from there I got my professional ranking.
I'm sure who knows tennis and who watch it, they're like, oh my god, that's so impressive. But to them who don't know tennis, they're like, that's a bunch of numbers. I was just talking about numbers. But that is really impressive. I know the way all the successes, like small successes you had, and all the steps that you need to reach to that WTA ranking. Now you are in that WTA ranking, and you're working towards making records for Nepal. So that's very impressive.
And also I think the one more aspect that also motivated me was when we beat Pakistan in the South Asian Games. So we played against the WTA ranked players, and me and my partner. That was a very chaos week for us. Because Pakistan was one of the strongest team, and then there were a few people who didn't believe in us, and then they were dragging us down. People from our team as well. So I think it hit my ego, and then I had to prove it to everyone that I had that thing. So that match was something that I gave it my all, and then we beat the Pakistan team and got a bronze for the country. So I think playing that tournament as well gave me a lot of motivation because I was playing against a WTA player, and then if I can be in that level when I'm so fully focused, then if I keep working hard every single day, then it's gonna come. And then also there were a lot of people who didn't believe in the dream that me and my parents we had. And then because none of the players in the world in Nepal, they have done this, and then so they used to sometimes just in front of my face or behind my back, there are people who did laugh at our dreams. So that also I was like, yeah, I need to show it to them, or I need to prove it to myself as well that I can do it.
I'm so glad that you took that positively in a way to work harder. And there's one thing to prove a point, but that like really made you the person you are today, right? And because those kind of things can sometimes bring you down and ekdam demotivate garna sakcha, mentally affect garna sakcha, but because you had this support system that was so strong as well, that helped you to keep going, right? So thanks for sharing that. And also you've mentioned your parents has always been a source of inspiration for you. What are some of the little and big things that they have done to you to balance your studies and tennis? Because I'm sure it was difficult, especially during exam times. So if you can remember, like just the tiny things that they've done to you, and also like the major things, the sacrifices that they have made for you, if you can share that.
So when I was, for me and my brother, when we were very young, my mom made this foundation for us that studies is one of the most important thing, and that's something every parents they do a lot in every child. But then for us, for me and my brother is a doctor right now, and so when I was in grade 3 and grade 3 ma हाम्रो final exam grade 3 देखि start हुन्थ्यो. So grade 3 ma I used to sit down till 3 a.m. to study for my exam.
I remember those days.
And then my mom actually used to sit with me till 3 a.m. and like help teach me अनि सबै पढाउँथ्यो. So they, especially my mom, she made a foundation for us that studies is very important. So when I started playing tennis, and I could see myself that tennis is also in my life and it's something I want to prioritize. And so for me, tennis and studies always went side by side, like there was nothing else. So that's where my parents were very supportive about the studies and tennis as well. So exam hune bela pani, like if there is a party or something, that's where my parents are invited, unaru jaदैन थियो. They used to sit with me and help me study. अनि टेनिस सकेपछि नि कहिलेकाहीँ होमवर्क गर्न मलाई हेल्प गर्ने त्यस्तो गरेर. And so from a very young age, they made me realize that tennis and studies is the only priority for me right now, and I need to keep taking it side by side. So like, you know, not going for any parties or not meeting friends.
That's a big sacrifice
that's
from their side, right?
And then helping me managing my time where I can sleep on time, get back up early. So that's something they really did, and that also supported my tennis and my studies as well. Even for my brother, he really helped in his studies. So especially हाम्रो झन् होलीको बेला हाम्रो ठ्याक्कै एक्जाम सिजन हुन्थ्यो अनि त्यसपछि
लास्ट फाइनल टर्म हुने
हजुर त्यो बेला. अनि हाम्रो होली, सो वी लिभ इन अ कलोनी, अनि कलोनीमा चाहिँ अब होली पार्टी भनेपछि बिहानदेखि पानी सानी सब पार्टी जस्तै. अनि सो
पढेर बस्नुपर्ने
होइन, मामुले होइन डिस्टर्ब हुन्छ भनेर हामी नगरकोट गएर पनि त्यहाँ बसेर साइलेन्ट रुममा पढेको पनि छ. सो त्यस्तो गरेर दे हेल्प मी ब्यालेन्स आउट टेनिस एन्ड स्टडिज एन्ड किप द्याट एज अ प्रायोरिटी. Plus, my mom is like motivating and very positive. So from a very young age, like under 9, under 10 khella pani, she used to give me a lot of advices like, okay, so tennis is best of 3 sets. So she used to be like, okay, second set is the most important set. Even if you win the first set, even if you lose the first set, you need to work hard in the second set. So there was this one match where I was playing against senior player than me when I was under 9. And I remember her telling me this during the match. So when I lost the first set, I gave it my all on second, and then I won the third set.
Wow.
So from there, from a very young age, she was very motivating and very supportive. And even my dad, he used to drive us everywhere. To the tennis court, like office छोटी पनि स्कुलबाट पिकअप गरेर tennis court लग्ने बेलुका. So from there, like they sacrificed a lot for both of us.
That makes a lot of difference, no?
Yeah.
The parents also committing, like you said, office छोडेर नै, because धेरै पेरेन्ट्सहरूले गर्दैन अनि त्यो अवेरनेस पनि हुँदैन कि हामीले गर्नुपर्छ भनेर हैन. बट kids are little, उनीहरूले त त्यति थाहा हुँदैन. So unless parents at that age force त हैन, but sort of have their influence like that, आफ्नो whole involvement नै गरेर influence गर्यो भने चाहिँ results चाहिँ पछि आउँछ नि. So I think that's kudos to your parents for doing all those things. And along with working hard, you mentioned that you work smart, which is very impressive. Especially with तिमी त्यो बेलामा यो interview देख्लामा you were 18. हैन अनि I was like 2021 को interview, you were like 18 and you were like I just don't work hard, I work smart भनिरहेछ हैन. So and you said you're also very good at time management. So could you share more about what working smart means to you? अनि तिमीले तिम्रो त्यो time management and being a professional player and also taking studies together कसरी गरिरहेछ?
So time management चाहिँ मेरो बच्चादेखि नै it's something that I think it's a skill that I have, and I think I'm really good at it.
कसरी चाहिँ like उठ्ने चाँडो गरेर मिलाउने कि?
Yeah, I plan my day ahead.
Okay.
So before I sleep, I plan what I'm gonna do the next day, what time I'm gonna wake up, and what time I'm gonna do yo kura भनेर I manage my time त्यसरी. So I actually manage my whole week त्यसरी before. So if it's a Tuesday, if I'm starting my week from Wednesday, then Tuesday बेलुका बसेर okay, I'm gonna do this whole week भनेर I have this planning. And every night I actually write it in my notes app that ल यो भोलिपल्ट यो यति बजे उठ्ने यति बजे यो गर्ने भनेर I plan it that ways. So त्यो बच्चादेखि नै I started doing it एकदमै young देखि नै. Plus so it's also like when you start handling tennis and studies together, when you're also excelling in studies, when you're excelling in tennis, people start appreciating you and you like to hear those things. So you keep doing that every day, and that also became a habit for me. So I personally work really hard on and off the court, like whatever I'm doing. But then with that also comes the thing that you need to work smart. And so I can, if I'm playing 5 hours in a day, so I'm just not gonna go to the court and go 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there, keep running, keep doing the endurance. No. But then we actually focus on what's my weaknesses, what's my strengths, and then working on those stuff, working on those mental aspects on court. Like we work on few of the pressure points moments where how can I get over those things if I'm like 40 love down, how can I come back to the game, and how can I, if I'm 5-2 down, what should be my body language, what should be my mentality during the situation, and how I can do that or do all of those. If we are practicing that practices ko bela matches ma on sajilo huncha, like I've already done this during matches. I've already practiced.
You work that with your coach?
Yeah, I work that with my coach, and since I was like 16, 17, I did it by myself. So I used to...
You ask for like, because I'm sure aru coachharu pani afno players-haruसँग काम गर्दाखेरि they don't, not always, they say तिम्रो यो छ यो गरौँ भनेर उनीहरूले मात्रै भन्ने होइन कि you also say मलाई चाहिँ योमा गर्नु मन छ, can we like work on this भनेर तिमीले आफ्नो साइडबाट पनि you encourage the coach to work on your weaknesses and all those things.
So especially when I was 16 and I was working with the American coach, so COVID ko bela and all, I used to make my own targets, my goal for a particular session. So if I'm playing for 2 hours, I used to have my own target for the 2 hours, like if it's mental focus or if it's a strategy focus or if it's a technical focus, I used to make it that way, so that I keep improving and keep doing well. So that's something I started doing since I was 16, 17. I did that almost every day. And त्यसपछि अहिले पनि right now I have a mentor coach who I'm working with. With her, I write down every night before I sleep. I write down my goals for tomorrow, like the strategy goals, the mental goals for the session tomorrow. And even I talk to my coach about it. Even after every tournament, I come back, I sit with my coach, and then I explain मेरो यो टुर्नामेन्टमा के भयो के भएन अनि के राम्रो थियो के राम्रो थिएन, what I should work on, and this is what I should focus on. त्यो भनेर I tell them, and they plan accordingly for me. And also like normal session हुँदा पनि they know what I'm focusing on. So if I'm focusing on like positive body language during that particular session, then if I am lagging behind, they keep reminding me, okay, that's your focus. And also like we focus on few of the strategical things like you know, like going all in with the forehands or something like that. We keep focusing on that. And after every session also I talk to my coach, okay, this was really good today, अनि अब I think यो गरे पनि राम्रो हुन्छ होला भनेर म कुरा गर्छु. And my coaches right now, they're very supportive. They know what level I am right now, and they know what I need. And they do their researches as well, and they're like, okay, let's work. And then they tell me as well, let's work on this thing tomorrow. So it's not like the 5 hours I play in a day, it's not just like going out grinding it out and just doing it. Yeah, but then also focusing on different aspects and focusing on what I can improve every single day, just even if it's just 1%, just working and then just doing it. But there are moments, there are sessions where we grind it out, where we like there are moments where like for 30-40 minutes we are just running in the court, and then that also helps in endurance and then, you know, mentally being strong. So that's how we plan. And I think yes, working smart is something you really need, because especially in Nepal, and especially for Nepali players also, because we don't have a lot of experiences because of the lack of tournaments. But India, there are so many people playing tennis, and you get to play with different players. They have a lot of experiences, of match experiences. So to cover up that, we need to focus every moment in something so that we get better every day.
So inspirational. You mentioned studies, like when you are taking it hand in hand, which means you're not working any less in your studies. And studies like in studies ma चाहिँ तिमीले कसरी smart work भनेर use गरिरा. So
so for me, like time management is something, so as I said, I'm really good at it. So my usual day usually looks like I wake up at 4:30 and then I do my
4:30 every day.
Yeah, every day in the morning, 4:30. And I do my, you know, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of breathing exercises, and then I do my mobility before I go to the courts at 5:45.
Okay.
And I start playing 6 to 8. Then either I have fitness from 8 to 9, or I go back home and then have my lunch, and then I start playing 11 to 2 again.
Okay.
And then either if I did my fitness in the morning, then I do my recovery after 11 to 2. But then from 2 I also go to the gym sometimes. Like in a week, depends on what day I'm doing what.
Wow.
So after 2 I go to the gym, and then from the gym I have my recovery, which is probably 1 hour, 1.5 hour of recovery session.
And you have your trainer there in the gym as well? Or
yeah, most part I do it by myself, like the stretches and all the massage and then rolling, I do it by myself. But then there are a few times in a week that I go to the physios who's in the gym as well. So he does all the recovery part for me. So after that I go back home, and then I have an hour of probably yoga that I do every day. And then I start with my studies. I study for 1-2 hours, and then I have my dinner at 7. It's exactly at 7, like 6:45, 7 I start eating my dinner, and then by 9 I'm back to bed. So while studying, I focus on, you know, I'm doing computer science, so I actually focus on because I need to finish my assignments as well, because my week is very hectic. So I actually focus on the assignments, and then reading part, the part where I'm actually supposed to study the concepts, I do it on my holidays, like especially on Saturdays when the evening is off. I do it around that time, and then during the whole week I try to finish my assignments on time. So that's how I work with the studies. So when most of the people, they hear me, being so busy all day, like you don't get tired once. It's like when you get back to bed at 9, you put your head in a pillow and be like, okay, I'm tired. That means I have done the work, and it's something really satisfying that it's actually a privilege to be busy sometimes.
Yeah, it is privilege to be busy, and also sometimes it's a privilege to feel that pressure also. But your day is like
it's very
crazy, right? I can't. It's taking me a while to process. 4:30 देखि उठेर, and then all day workout, twice training sessions, and also recovery, and then you also have time for studies. And it's also the consistency, I think, right? Because when I was little, I don't remember. Although you have to, that's what makes the difference. Every day. पढिरहेछ भने स्कुलमा पढाएको कुरा, or like a chapter or two every day पढिरहेछ भने त्यो एक्जाममा त्यस्तो धेरै गाह्रो हुँदैन नि, तर पढ्थेन के. सो हाम्रो गोल चाहिँ होमवर्क मात्रै सकाउने थियो हैन, जसरी भए पनि त्यो होमवर्क एउटा सकायो, पढिँदैन थियो. अनि ठ्याक्कै एक्जाम आउने बेलामा चाहिँ अब सबै पढ्नु पर्यो, यत्रो धेरै बुक पढ्नु पर्ने, त्यो चाहिँ गाह्रो. And what I like about you is you said कि like after tennis and everything, couple of hours, which is enough. I know, which is enough to just go through the chapters स्कुलमा पढाएको अनि होमवर्कहरु सकायो. So the consistency matters. And it makes a difference.
Even in स्कुलमा हुँदा पनि त्यसैले नै मैले स्टडीजमा राम्रो गरेको, because I used to study every day, even if it's just a little, just doing homework. त्यसपछि I used to study स्कुलमा हुने बेला when अब म बिहान खेल्दिनँ थिएँ, so 8:30 मा स्कुल स्टार्ट हुने बेला चाहिँ I used to wake up at 5 अनि I used to study, not homework राति सकाउने, अनि बिहान उठेर च्याप्टर्सहरू पढ्ने, सबै गर्ने. सो मैले त्यो बच्चैदेखि सानो हुँदादेखि एभ्री डे त्यो गरेपछि मलाई एक्जाममा चाहिँ त्यस्तो गाह्रो हुँदैन थियो. तर कति धेरै प्लेयर्स छ नेपालमा नै द्याट अब खेल्ने भनेपछि घर गएर थाक्यो, सुत्यो, कि त फोन चलायो, सबैजना त्यस्तो भएपछि अब ल एक्जाम आउन लाग्यो, 1 महिनादेखि टेनिस नखेल्ने अनि पढाइ गर्ने, त्यस्तो भएपछि अनि पेरेन्ट्सहरू पनि पढेकै छैन भन्छ, अनि त्यसपछि 1 महिना टेनिस खेल्दैन अनि पढ्नु पर्यो भनेर त्यसो जान्थ्यो. तर मेरो पेरेन्ट्सहरूले चाहिँ मलाई ल एभ्री डे चाहिँ यति पढ्ने भन्दै, सो एभ्री डे पढेर नै आई कुड ब्यालेन्स एभ्रिथिङ आउट.
म बच्चालामा भेट्नुपर्ने कि तिमीलाई. यो तिमीले जुन भनिरहेछ नि त्यो चाहिँ आई विश आई ह्याड लिसन टु द्याट व्हेन आई वाज यङ, बिकज सेम हुन्थ्यो. होमवर्क मात्रै सकाउने, पढ्थेन कि त्यो च्याप्टर्स जुन विच इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट. अनि मेरो साथीहरू चाहिँ सम अफ देम हु आर लाइक ऱ्याङ्क 1, 2, टप 10 मा हुनेहरू चाहिँ उनीहरू पढ्ने रहेछ अपेरेन्टली होइन, विच इज लाइक इम्पोर्टेन्ट. त्यही नै नगर्ने हो नि हामी अल्छीहरू चाहिँ. सो उनीहरू पढ्ने अनि स्कुलमा आएर पनि अनि दे आर द वान्स आस्किङ क्वेसन्सहरू होइन टिचर्सहरूलाई. अनि कसरी आयो यस्तो क्वेसन्सहरू हुन्थ्यो कि, बट हाम्रो साइड अफ द वर्क नगरेर हो नि त किड्सहरूले.
म चाहिँ स्कुलमा हुँदा पनि अब स्कुलमा जस्तै कि 4th पिरियडमा टिचरले होमवर्क दियो भने अनि अब छिटो लन्च खायो, सबै गर्यो, ब्रेक 10 मिनट्सको भयो भने त्यति 10 मिनट्समा आधी वर्क भयो भने मैले सकायो भने घर गएर मैले टेनिस खेलेपछि त्यस्तो थाक्दा पनि आई क्यान स्टिल डु अलिकति वर्क त माथि त बाँकी हुन्छ भनेर पनि. स्कुलमा हुँदा पनि म स्कुलकै होमवर्क पनि स्कुलमा बसेर गरेर हुन्थेँ, अनि बिहान उठेर पढ्नुपर्ने त एभ्री डे नै पढिरहन्थेँ.
किड्स निड्स टु लर्न है. अनि अब टेनिस खेल्यो होइन, यु वेयर गुड एट फ्यु थिङ्स बिफोर टेनिस पनि, लाइक टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट, एन्ड युआर अ भेरी डिसिप्लिन किड भन्यो. तर टेनिसले चाहिँ तिमीलाई एउटा इम्पावरमेन्ट हुन्छ नि, कन्फिडेन्स दिने, सो त्यो चाहिँ टेनिस खेलेर चाहिँ तिमीले के पाएको छ अहिले?
सो अभियसली सानो हुँदादेखि नै आई थिङ्क मेरो टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट स्किल्सहरू पनि डिसिप्लिन पनि केम आफ्टर टेनिस. बच्चै सानो हुँदादेखि नै इट केम आफ्टर त्यसपछि नै, तर त्यो कन्सिस्टेन्टली गरेपछि अझै स्ट्रङ्गर हुँदै गयो. सो टेनिस इज समथिङ, टेनिस भन्दा पनि आई थिङ्क अल द स्पोर्ट्स, स्पेसली इन्डिभिजुअल स्पोर्ट्स, तिनीहरूले चाहिँ गिभ्स यु अ लट अफ कन्फिडेन्स इन यर सेल्फ. And in life, tennis it helps me find solutions because during matches when you're down or when things are not working out, थोरै time later you try to think about the solutions like what I can do. अनि life मा पनि it's the same thing in life, like जे problem आए पनि you are able to find the solutions. So I think त्यसमा पनि when like problems or obstacles or usual life मा आउँदा पनि I'm not very like I'm very calm, very chill because I know I can find solutions really well. So त्यसमा पनि it really helped me. Plus tennis an individual sport is like you play 365 days in a year, you probably lose like 300 days. So getting back up, falling down every single day and still getting back up is something like a study person who just studies उनीहरुले कहिले बुझ्दैन होला. जसले sports खेल्छ उनीहरु they fall every single day, they probably lose like 20 matches in a row, but then they still keep the hard work, you know. And it's like obviously you lose every single day or you win every single day, but then you still need to get back up at 4:30 tomorrow and do the work. So regardless, you just have that consistency every single day. I think that's something tennis has really taught me. And the other thing tennis has, like, it's been like 2 years that I've been focusing on this is I heard this coach, like my coach, he told me this quote is the choice that kills. So whatever you choose in life, so I go that with everything in life. It's all about choices in life, in every day, in a daily basis. And tennis ma pani, it's the choice that kills. Like if you choose to focus during a training session, you choose to focus in a training session, and त्यो राम्रो हुन्छ. It kills like it. Or if you choose not, it's always in your choice. Like if you're not focusing, it's still your choice that you're not focusing.
Right.
And त्यो choice choose गरे भने पनि, it's like it's killing your dream, it's killing everything. So
absolutely.
Yeah, for me, like sometimes 4:30 बजे उठ्न गाह्रो हुन्छ हैन, but then it's still a choice that you have to wake up at 4:30. It's like, and plus I think you've heard this, the 5-4-3-2-1 theory of Mel Robbins. So
oh my god, I've tried that too last year.
4:30 मा अब कहिले काहीँ अप्ठ्यारो भयो भने I'm like 5-4-3-2-1, just get up. It's like it stops you overthinking and everything. So yeah, it's the choice that kills. I go with that every single day, like with all the choices I make. Like training basi pani, sometimes you're so tired and you still need to do the recovery because you know you need to perform the next day. So it's the choice to still do the recovery. So yeah, that's something major that tennis has taught me very recently in just 2 years. That's something I've been going with every single day.
You said it so well, the choice good thing, because it's up to you to be lazy and sleep till 8 o'clock or get up at 4:30 नभए पनि हुन्छ नि अलि early, like 5-6 मा उठेर you do your stuff. And people say like I don't have time to work out. Why not?
It's a choice.
It's your choice. The 20 minutes, literally TikTok or whatever, त्यो हेर्यो भने 20 minutes यस्तो जान्छ रहेछ. Timer राखेर हेर्यो भने it's like 5 minutes भएको हैन, कसरी 1 घण्टा भइसक्यो हुन्छ हैन. So त्यसमै 20 minutes निकालेर workout गर्न, physically fit, who are working, and who have kids. We know like we're all busy, but it's your choice to separate that 20 minutes from your daily busy life and work out and prioritize health.
And it's also not only for people think it's so easy for athletes to do this, that it's not. Like you need to push yourself every single day. Plus this just not only lies for tennis or any individual sports or any sports in overall, that it also works for every single human being on earth. Like if you want to be healthy, if you're like okay आजदेखि म डाइटिङ गर्छु भनेर त्यो सोच्यो भने हैन, अनि there are people like 2 दिनपछि समोसा खान मन लाग्यो भन्दै त्यसरी उनीहरु जान्छ. It's still a choice that you want to stick to your diet or no. So I've been focusing on that a lot.
And I think at the end who make the right choice or who can commit to that will succeed, or at least won't regret पछि गएर, because it was up to you and you did it.
Plus, it's choosing the right choices every single day. Like especially in tennis, this is something that I wrote when I was thinking about. So I write a lot of things, like just paragraphs, whatever I think I write. I journal a lot. So there was one thing that about these choices. In tennis, we often choose the right choices at the right time without guarantee it's gonna work for us. Like we go with the solid forehand down the line because we're so confident and we know it's the right choice, but you never know the other person's gonna pass you back. So that's something like you still need to make the right choices every single day, even though you like त्यो बेला result not happening. In the future, you need to believe that it's gonna work out.
Yeah, because that makes me think about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So that's like Mel Robbins guaranteed like it's gonna work. You know, if you don't wanna get up, just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're out of the bed, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't work first, and then I kept trying. Try गरेपछि maybe a month or so, and त्यसपछि त्यो आफै भयो के.
Yeah.
It's not like magic, I know. So even if you want to do it, even if you about your diet kind of some people can't control, right? But you have to keep trying. You have to keep trying. You have next tomorrow I will not. Next day, but I'll keep trying to not eat or keep trying to exercise at a point. So I think that's also very important thing that we just talked about.
Focus on the consistency and just keep trying.
Right. And Avilasha, you played in the Billie Jean King Cup. That is huge.
Yeah.
She is like the legend of legends, right? I kind of freaked out when I read about this. Like, oh my God, it's like, it's too ठुलो tournament हैन कपमा खेलेको छ भनेर. To those who don't know about it, can you explain it?
So Billie Jean King Cup is a team event where we represent our country. So it's named after Billie Jean King because she was the greatest athlete and she fought for the women in sports, especially in tennis, for equal prize money. So that's something we respect a lot about her, all of us in tennis. So to be able to play that and represent your country in the Billie Jean King Cup is a big thing. Plus it's a team event, so you get to travel with your teammates because tennis is a very lonely sport where you travel individually. I travel with my mom mostly, and then even in the tennis court you're alone, and then while traveling for the tournaments in the tour, it's sometimes it's lonely. Even though I have my mom, sometimes lonely because I don't have a lot of like friends or the people.
Right.
I have friends from different countries, obviously, but then everyone's focused in tennis. But then sometimes having just a chill out friends is very important, and this team event actually helps us, bond as a team. As the players from Nepal, we go together, compete together, and we're very supportive. And especially the team I went in 2023, and especially this year, last year 2024, the team was really amazing. Like great players, very supportive, good friends. So yeah, I mean, to be able to play in these team events is a privilege for me representing the country.
Right.
So yeah, especially Billie Jean King Cup and being able to play the World Cup of tennis is something really great.
Yeah. So Billie Jean played major role, like you said, in the equal play. Usle 1973 ma the Battle of the Sexes ko game ma she won, and following that, which is something we are still struggling and fighting for in other sports. Football ma, basketball ma, like all these very popular sports ma aja pani equal pay is not there. Tennis ma, it's like 50 years. I just noticed ki over 50 years bhaisakyo cha. Major tournaments are tennis ma, women's are getting equal pay as prize money. Right, and that's what helped tennis develop so much for women. I think it's the only sport, त्यो बेलादेखि almost equally नै हेर्छ. And growing up, I watched a lot of tennis without even realizing, which I just realized it recently. त्यो बेलामा women's को sports हेर्ने भनेको त्यो tennis मात्रै रहेछ कि. So मैले चाहिँ त्यो बेलामा football हेर्थेँ, basketball, cricket, all those सबै men's को हेर्यो हैन. But tennis एउटामा चाहिँ supporting like Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova अनि कस्तो खतरा हैन उनीहरु जस्तो हुनु पाए हुन्थ्यो भनेर एउटा रोल मोडल कन्सिडर गरेको चाहिँ टेनिस प्लेयर्सहरु रहेछ हैन अनि त्यो बेलामा अनि रेभेन्यूहरु जेनेरेट भएको छ अहिलेको डिबेट त त्यही हो नि वुमेन्स गेम्सहरु देखायो भने पनि रेभेन्यू छैन द्याट्स व्हाई दे डोन्ट डिजर्भ टु बी इक्वल पेड भनेर भन्छ नि तर त्यो बेलामा पनि त थिएन नि टेनिसमा तर बिली जिनले गरेर इक्वल पे चाहिँ भयो अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ आएको हो नि त त्यो ऑडियन्स पनि आयो क्राउड पनि आयो अल द फेसिलिटिजहरु बेटर भयो अनि एज अ रिजल्ट वुमेन अल्सो स्टार्टेड परफॉर्मिङ बेटर अनि नाउ इट्स लाइक both equal opportunities देखि लिएर टेनिसमा at least and so it is really important to take that step result हेरेर हैन कि equity के फर्स्टमा चाहिँ कसरी स्पोर्ट्स वुमेन्स को लागि चाहिँ सपोर्ट गर्न सकिन्छ for them but despite all that are there any other challenges you face as an athlete as a female athlete in tennis in your journey
as a female athlete and there are different timing for the men's tournaments like with regard to prize money and these stuff there's no like differences and plus even in Nepal like obviously baira ta hudai hudaina even in Nepal like there aren't a lot of differences like hudaina because even our president is a woman Nepal association ko so like the differences the dekhidaina but obviously definitely as an athlete you face a lot of these obstacles and especially when I'm on tour when I'm playing tournaments outside you get a lot of online abuses and all those things and I wouldn't say in Nepal you don't get a lot of abuses but then there are still a lot of pressure you get especially in Nepal because because of a big mouth society and all of that so as an athlete you definitely face a lot when you go travel outside with the online abuses
and do you have any incidences like that तिमीले आफै personally that has affected you mentally abuse haru gareko or bullying a lot of online bullying huncha हैन अहिले त so and त्यो face गर्यो अनि कसरी चाहिँ how did you overcame that like how do you face it and still manage to stay mentally strong
so there's definitely a story behind this online abuse that has happened to me when I was 16 years old so when I was 16 we were playing this ITF juniors tournament ITF junior which is international tournament in Pokhara and so it was me so ever in Nepal कहिले पनि दुईटा नेपाली वुमेन केटीहरु फाइनल पुगेको थिएन in a tournament in the ITF मा पुगेको थिएन so I actually had a very tough draw where I was beating few great foreigners and I did work really hard to get into the finals and from the other side also there was this one girl from Nepal she's same age as me she also reached the final so we were very happy about it but then the night before the finals my parents did face a lot of abuse online from the parents of the opponent so
Nepali
from the Nepali opponent it was something really disturbing because we were out for dinner and then when you get those messages and when you keep getting these calls from them it's something that was very disturbing to me and also I was since I was very young I didn't know what was going on really well but then so that abuse that was also very even though it's online abuse it's an abuse and so but I still played the match there was a lot of hassle during that time the next day in the morning like I should play or not because if I had just complained I didn't have to play the match like I would have got my points my ranking but then I was like but then it's still a Nepali it's still the face and it's still because my dad is a tournament director of every ITF tournaments if I do complain then it straightly goes to them and it straightly goes to the association in Nepal So I didn't want that for the association, for the tournament itself. So like we took a step back and we did play. We decided to play and we went by it. But yeah, after the tournament, my parents did they were also triggered about it. So they were also angry about it, and they did send the person to jail. And then so for that, I always knew any abuses that I would ever have, I have a strong backbone that will support me no matter what. So like having that in your mind, that oily pani like online abuses, it's like it was एकदमै personal because you know the person who is doing it. But oily, it's like people, they're just betting on you. You 15,000 25,000 खेल्ने बेला, it's like people who is like betting on
online
you.
Bets
Online bets.
Tennis मा पनि हुन्छ त्यस्तो.
Fully, it's like obviously त्यो stadium मा बसेर you can't bet and all, but then obviously online everyone can
and
bet.
And it's illegal also बाहिर चाहिँ.
1x bet ma everyone does it. So त्यो bet, if they don't earn money, they come to your Instagram and then they start blowing it up.
I bet on you and you lost money.
I mean, they say some really horrible stuff, and then they keep commenting on your Instagram post and all. There was this one match where I was playing in Thailand, I think, and then after the match I see my Instagram fully like blown up, and then I had so many comments on my Instagram post, and then it's like and then this one person who was commenting on my Instagram actually replied to one of my friend and commented. And that was actually really stupid because my friend figured out like everyone is attacking me on Instagram, and then my friends came into the comments and they started defending me. So when I came out of the match and when I see
it was during the match.
It happens during the match. And then when you open the phone later on, I see myself defending me, I see my friends defending me, and that's also something like, okay, these people are faceless people जो त्यतिकै ब्याट हान्छ त्यतिकै उनीहरु आफ्नै पैसा हारिरा हो अनि all of those like अनि they are just bunch of losers behind the scenes, behind the screens. So I'm like, we just laugh it off right now, but when it first happened, obviously it was something really shocking किनभने मैले त्यो online abuse आफै face गरेको थिएन. But then अहिले हुँदा we just laugh it off, and then if they say like any comments like sometimes they go and comment like, you're 40 love up, can't you hold your serve, you're so bad, and then me and my friends, we talk about it like, how did I not hold my serve, and then it's something we take it as a fun way obviously, but then there are a lot of players who really feel demotivated with it, and there are few haters who are like, you need to stop playing tennis, you play so shit and all of those things. So
personal level,
they go to your family as well. So when those things come to few of the sensitive people, they start they start getting demotivated and maybe stop playing tennis. It happens like that.
What do you want to say to those? Like, what kind of suggestion do you give to especially young athletes who are either 14 years, 13 years, they are in social media, and that has played such a big part in their lives, right? It's like their world. It's like they mean it and they take it very seriously. And a lot of times it has affected them mentally. बाहिरको सेलिब्रिटिजहरुले पनि कति मेन्सन गरिराख्छ नि, it has affected me, especially in tennis, as an individual tennis sport where there's no like a team to back up. You're lucky that a lot of times you have very supportive friends. There are these young athletes are going through the same comments. How do you suggest them, or what kind of message do you want to tell them to
be honest, don't at all believe what these people say. Like, just believe in your own voice, especially the positive voice. And like they need to understand, like everyone needs to understand, as an athlete you are going to face this in any level. You will be facing this, and this is something very natural. I think right now it is not supposed to be natural, but there are people who are gonna do it. But you need to realize that these are just couch potatoes behind the screens, just betting on you out of nowhere. And you need to like just don't listen to them. Yeah.
Or take those hate comments
as seriously. Yeah. Don't keep it in your mind. Like when I go after every match, even if I win or lose, even if I win, there are few hate comments in my request, and then a few hate messages. So I just go out there, I just delete all of those. I just sit. I
think that's the best solution.
Like request a message. If I get like 5-6 messages, I don't even open it. I just go. I just delete them all and then just sit down.
So how to use your online platform, digitally? There are so many negative things about it, but also there are so many positives. Right? You can be a role model to so many people. How to use these online platform in a positive way?
As an athlete, especially most of the athletes they have become influencers. So they show what they do in their life, and they show the positive things. They show, or they also talk about mental aspects. So as an athlete, definitely sharing posts about the mental aspects of the game, and then things that motivates other people. I think from there you can really motivate some younger athletes. I think.
Do you want to do that as well? Like, because you are the only professional women tennis player in Nepal, होइन? So तिमीलाई हेरेर त झन् उसले गरिरहेछ होइन, मलाई पनि त उ जस्तो हुनु मन लाग्छ भनेर भन्नेहरू हुन्छ नि त होइन? So young players-हरूलाई, how do you want to use that platform and inspire them?
I did think about doing like these stuff, like doing day in my life, or like posting a lot of Instagram, but I definitely don't have a lot of time to do it. But then whenever possible, I do post a lot of motivating stuff on my stories so that people can see it.
Training videos,
training videos, everything. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people, already athlete influencers doing a lot of stuff. I mean, instead of following some stupid people on Instagram, you can also follow people who can actually motivate you on a daily basis.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what has been your memorable moment?
I would say right now, the one with me is definitely the national games, the 9th national games, where I won all 4 golds in all 4 events. I mean, when I was there during that time, I was like, yeah, I did believe in myself that I could do it. Because I was playing all four categories, and I was like, sometimes I play like 3 matches in a day, or like, it was definitely a little bit tough. But then I did believe that I could do it, even though people hadn't done it, but I knew I could do it. So there were a few matches during the national games where I was a little bit off, or I was not in my rhythm. But then I kept reminding myself during the matches that that's something I really want to do, this tournament. And that week was, I think, really special. I think, at that time after the tournament, I was like, oh, I knew I could do it, so I did it. Sometimes you just don't take the win so seriously. Sometimes you just think like, oh, मैले गर्न सक्थे, त्यसैले मैले गरेको हो. Like, I think everyone expected me to do it भन्ने त्यो दिमागमा आइराख्छ, even though people didn't. Sometimes like त्यो दिमाग, especially athletesहरूको कति आउँछ, like they don't take even the small wins as a big victory.
Right.
But then now, especially these past few months, when I just sit back and just think about the time when I did win 4 goals, it's something I'm really proud of myself. And I think that tournament was something really special because it was also in Pokhara. I love being in Pokhara, and I love the vibes over there. And then just even though I'm mostly in the tennis court only, the time when I got my first professional ranking, when I won when I qualified in the $25,000, and to get a professional ranking, you need to qualify in 3 tournaments. So like year around last year, I did 3 tournaments, 3 tournaments like lagatar. I was able to get my professional ranking, and I think that was also a big thing for me because I was really happy about the results that I got. And really happy with the way I performed. So that was also a tournament that I'm really happy about.
Yeah, and that is not just your achievement. I think it's our nation's Nepal's achievement हो नि हैन?
Yeah.
Professional उसमा छ अनि I was Google गरिरहेको बेलामा पनि I saw your ranking Nepal गर्ने बित्तिकै Avilasha आइरहेको थियो WTA-मा. That's such a proud thing, right? In one of your interviews, you mentioned that mental health is very important. In fact, तिमीले चाहिँ physical health भन्दा पनि mental health चाहिँ अझ पनि important हुन्छ भनेर भनेको थियो हैन? Especially यस्तो individual sport game को लागि चाहिँ अनि also very difficult because you don't have like a team to go with and play with and share. And एकदमै like you said, it's a very lonely sport, and it is. And it's only been recent that we've been talking about mental health, right? So how do you stay mentally fit? Or त्यो बेलादेखि नै बच्चा बेलादेखि नै अब हारेपछि त सानो बेलामा झन् you're like you feel like crying, you don't feel like playing. So त्यो बेलादेखि नै कसरी mentally चाहिँ you've handled yourself?
Yeah, the level I'm in right now, it's something like 90% it's mental, I think, and because everyone in the world right now knows, especially in this level, they know how to hit a forehand, backhand serves. Right. Everyone knows
the
like
techniques, the right
they
ways,
know they know what strategy to use. Everyone knows that. So especially in this level, mental aspect is something really, really important. And especially in juniors level, when you're 17, 18, is something really important. Okay, fitness, you need to be doing your physical fitness and you need to be building the strength. But to get to that ball, you need to tell your mind need to tell you that you need to get to that ball. त्यो अब पहिले mentally नै ल म भ्याउँदिन भने नि त्यो बल जिन्दगीमा कहिले भ्याउँदैन. So you need to be like training your mind as well, like in different aspects, like how you can focus in important points, like how you're handling the pressure, how you're handling the external pressure, like from outside, from the people who are cheering against you, people who are cheering for you. Like that aspect also is something really mental. And sometimes there are matches where you're not physically tired, but you're mentally really tired. So you need to be able to recover from those matches as well. So in tennis, you get 20 seconds before every point. So there are a lot of pro players, and even myself, we have a particular routine that you do in those just 20 seconds. How you get back after that point and keep focusing on the next point. And so in every point, it's like what you've done, it's done. Like it's gone. The point you lose, it's gone. The point you win, it's gone. You still need to keep focusing on the next point day by, like it's just like doing your work day by day. You just need to go out there, perform your best day by day. And mostly, especially in Nepal, I think, and even in India, and I think most of the South Asian countries, it's like they really look into results. And it's a lot of pressure when you start focusing on results, focusing on rankings. But then if you keep working hard every single day, keep focusing on your performance, improving, just focusing on improving, the result ta afai आइहाल्छ. Like त्यो खेलेर अब आफूले अब म्याचको बेला ल म यो हार्यो भने यस्तो हुन्छ, यो हार्यो भने यस्तो हुन्छ भनेर सोच्नुको सट्टा, if you find solutions during those times, that is something that's going to help you get that win. अनि अब यो सबैले बुझ्नु पनि पर्छ कि तिमीले राम्रो परफर्म गर्यौ भने result पनि राम्रो नै आउँछ. And if it does not come, it's okay. You're still satisfied with yourself कि राति बेडमा सुत्ने बेला, okay, I did everything I had to, but result आएन, maybe next time if I keep working hard like this, next time आइहाल्छ, next time आइहाल्छ भनेर if you keep doing that, एक न एक दिन त्यो result त आउँछ. And especially even the parents here and most of South Asian countries, it's like parents ले नै like result आएन कोचेसलाई गएर result आएन मेरो छोराछोरीको त्यस्तो भन्ने भन्छ.
अनि त्यो participants they feel the pressure even before playing the game, no?
So for me, my parents, they're fully focused on the process and getting, even if I lose, they're like, it's okay, did you play well or not? त्यसमा we focus mostly on that. So like obviously focusing on the performance is one of the main thing. अनि to be mentally, I think to be mentally fit, that's something you need to work on every single day. And it's not like how you work with your muscles, like your calf muscles or any muscles. Training your brain muscles is the same thing. So you need to do it every single day. Like it's just like playing tennis. Like you need to be working on your mental aspects. Like maybe do like breathing exercises that's gonna help you calm down during those pressure points, during those nervous moments. And and then obviously when I started doing the mental aspects, when I started doing the breathing, and that it's been a few months that I've been doing it. Obviously when you just suddenly start doing it during matches, obviously it's frustrating, but you need to understand that this is gonna help you in a long run. So like in a daily basis, I do yogas, and then I do a lot of breathing exercises. I do meditations, which is I think very important just for anyone and who's not even an athlete. I think just to be happy and just to be be with yourself in your conscious mind and be present, be focused in whatever you do in a daily basis. You need to have that time with yourself and have that meditation. You need to make time for meditation, breathing exercises to keep your heart rate down and keep yourself calm. So that's what I really work on. Recently I've been working on those stuff.
Sadina Shrestha, she was your coach back then, and you trained under her for a long time, for many years. So how, and you described her as a very influential figure in your life. So could you tell us about the importance of female role model for young girls?
So I started playing, I used to play basketball school at St. Xavier's. So she was our coach since grade 1 to grade 10.
So 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years I was with her. And then, so even during sports day, there used to be girls, making excuses like, I don't want to run, this is the 1 kilo. And then Sadhana ma'am used to be pretty pissed about it because, it's a privilege to be, privileged to be doing sport as a woman, because in most of the sports, I wouldn't say even now, but like past few years ma pani, like कति धेरैजना वुमेन लाइक कतिजनालाई स्पोर्ट्स चाहिँ खेल्न दिँदैन थियो, स्पेसली नेपालमा अनि साउथ एसियन कन्ट्रिजमा. अनि when so many girls they took it as like त्यतिकै केही होइन टाइप. She used to be pissed and I used to be pissed as well because we're all working, I personally and her personally, we've been working so hard in our own sport. Ani so like just since very young, since when I was like grade 2, grade 3, I saw her representing Nepal in so many, in her sport in so many tournaments. So when I was first playing South Asian Games, she was also playing the South Asian Games, and I was really happy that, you know, I wouldn't say the same level, but then in our own sport, we're doing really great representing our country. And that when I was really small, I always wanted to do that, just be like her representing the country. So it was something really special, and having a role model, especially a female role model for the young girls is very important, because it shows like even as a female, when you have a different physical structure from men's, and then having disadvantages, a little bit of disadvantages with the structure of your body, and then all those different cycles in a monthly basis. People often think that you won't be able to do it, but then these role models, having these role models can really help you, you know, believe in yourself. Like if they can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah. And she's been giving back to basketball for a really long time in Nepal. And despite all the challenges, she stuck with it. And she's also a very inspirational figure, not just in basketball, like you said, tennis खेलेर पनि, even in football ma pani. We really look up to her. So glad that we can share that common role model. Okay. So before leaving, I want to ask you one final question. So what's your dream for tennis in Nepal?
So I think the reason Nepal has not grown a lot in tennis is because tennis is a very expensive sport, and even just the rackets, just the shoes, just like anything in particular, it costs a lot than any other sport. I would say like tennis and golf is like one of the most expensive sport in the whole world. So I think it's also the reason most of the players, there are not a lot of players from Nepal, because especially when you go professional, it's really tough to have the financial thing is really tough. So it's I think that's the main reason Nepal has not been growing in tennis. But we have our academy in Dhapa Khel, which is really nice, and then they've been conducting few camps. They call out different small kids from schools, and then slowly there has been a bit of awareness among people and in the society that tennis is something worth playing. And also I think Nepal is so focused, like, you know, as a whole Nepal is so focused in football and cricket, like tennis goes way down, like no one really looks at it. And it's something that even us as Nepali players, we struggle a lot, because there's a lot of media coverages for football, for cricket, but when it comes to Nepal, there isn't a lot. Even though we personally, we've been doing a lot for the sport, for the country. All the players, not just me, but the men players, the junior players, the women players, they've been doing so much for the country. But then just because Nepal, I think it's just the you know, knowledge that they have just about football and cricket, tennis not being focused a lot. But then in a personal level, we as the tennis society, we've been also working really hard to expand the tennis, just us as you know, just the tennis players and just the parents of who are involved in tennis. They've been working really hard to spread awareness about tennis. Like they recommend अरू मान्छेहरुलाई, like आफ्नो साथीहरुको छोरालाई पनि like tennis खेल्न आऊ त्यस्तो भनेर. It's really good. So from there slowly it's also growing. So yeah, hopefully in the next few years that we can see a lot of players even playing professionally, I would say, because sometimes it gets really lonely just to see in the list that I'm just a Nepali player playing the tournament. And from different countries, there are like 2-3 players like coming in from the same country, you know. But then for us it's really tough, you know, because कहिलेकाहीँ आफ्नो फ्ल्याग मात्रै आफूले मात्रै के अरे आफू मात्रै हुन्छ आफ्नो कन्ट्रीको. अनि yeah, so hopefully like tennis grows from a very grassroots level बाट अझै बढ्दै जाओस्. अनि even in professional level, I hope the junior player they start playing a lot of women professional tournaments, men professional tournaments, and I hope we can, you know, represent Nepal in some bigger stages as just a tennis community.
Yeah, I think, and it's going in the right direction, because like team tennis, there are other academies who have been doing good now and have opened this platform for grassroots level, for young age kids as well. So I hope to see more of Avilasha in a few years, going professional, playing professional tennis, and hope you have a partner to go with as well. Thank you so much, Avilasha, for being here on Extra Time with We United. I think we had amazing conversation, very inspirational. I have a lot of notes that I'm going to go home and write and follow. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to the whole team for having me here today.
And Avilasha, to thank you for your time, we have some gifts and gifts voucher for you. This is by Aesthetic Aura. They have provided you a gift voucher of worth rupees 5,000. Aesthetic Aura is a skin and hair clinic dedicated to providing top quality dermatological care for your hair and skin. So it's located in Sangkamulko area. So you can just go there, get some facial, pamper yourself. And then we have Lali. It's my favorite Nepali brand. They have lotions, body care, scrubs, mask, and lip balm. Everything is made in Nepal, and it's also owned by a female, a dear friend of mine. And then we have Endless. It's also another Nepali brand. And they have duffel bags, the sport bags, and it's all made in Nepal. And these are the products for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And also thank you to our lovely sponsor for sponsoring these amazing products. Thank you, Avilasha, for coming here and being so inspirational. I had a wonderful time with you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to all the sponsors and We United for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you prefer morning practice or evening practice?
Morning practice.
Do you have any pre-match superstition before playing?
I have the same breakfast every day.
What's the best piece of advice you have received?
Choose to control what you can control.
What's the worst one?
Sleep when you're dead.
If you could play a tennis match anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I think Australia, probably Australian Open in Rod Laver.
What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that has happened to you during a match?
I've got hit by a ball straight from the overhead and I ended up winning the match.
Singles or doubles?
Doubles.
Who's your dream doubles partner?
Serena Williams.
Favorite pre-match snack?
I like dates.
Biggest tennis idol growing up?
Novak Djokovic.
Grass, clay, or hard court? What's your favorite surface to play on?
Clay courts.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years within the sport?
Being healthy, fit, and playing as much tournaments professionally as I can.
What's your go-to victory celebration?
Just remembering God.
Yay!